This live.
Hello, Alma. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Ruby.
Yes, for the latest news here in Malaysia, the Economic Stimulus Implementation and Coordination Units between national agencies or Laksana will ensure all measures under the National Economic Recovery Plan and the Prihatin Rakyat Economic Stimulus Package reach their target groups in a transparent manner. Finance Minister Tengku Datuk Sri Zabrul Abdul Aziz said developments involving Penjana and Prihatin were constantly being monitored through the weekly performance report prepared by Laksana. The minister was also reported earlier as saying that the government did not employ external consultants to assist the ministry in implementing the economic stimulus package. Laksana was established in March under the Finance Ministry to ensure that all initiatives announced by the government would be implemented expeditiously and smoothly. Tengku Zabrul said every initiative must be executed with transparency and integrity by the parties responsible. Prime Minister Tan Sri Muhyiddin Yassin unveiled Prihatin on March 27, Prihatin Plus on April 6, and Penjana on June 5, which were aimed at stimulating the country's economy that was hit by the COVID-19 pandemic. The economic stimulus plan, worth 295 billion ringgit, are anticipated to bolster the government's effort to restore the country's economic environment back to the pre-COVID-19 level. Meanwhile, all public transport services, including flights and express buses, as well as e-hailing services and private vehicles, are now allowed to operate at full capacity while abiding by the SOP under the Recovery Movement Control Order at all times. Senior Minister Datuk Sri Ismail Sabri Yaakob said the meeting of the Special Ministerial Committee on the implementation of RMCO today also agreed to allow the e-hailing, taxi and express bus services to operate without any time limit. He said the SOP, among others, required all drivers and passengers of express buses to wear face masks, to have their body temperature recorded before boarding, and use hand sanitizer. Bus operators are also required to make face masks available for their passengers to purchase and to sanitize the buses before and after every trip. He also added that the use of My Sejahtera app to facilitate contact tracing process and cashless payment of fares are very much encouraged for the e-hailing, taxi and express bus services. Nevertheless, despite being allowed to operate at full capacity, Ismail Sabri reminded all public transport service providers to ensure that their passengers could still observe social distancing. Private vehicle owners are also now allowed to have non-family members as their passengers. However, the decision to do away with social distancing on board aircraft was made after taking into account international standards and guidelines of the International Air Transport Association. According to Transport Minister Datuk Sri Dr. Wee Ka Siong, the IATA guidelines do not require social distancing, but state clear procedures to do such as health screenings, including taking body temperature, wearing mouth and nose mask, and procedures that the crew needed to perform before and after the flight. In other news, Russia's ambassador to Malaysia, Nail Latypov, said Russian and Malaysian experts are poised to discuss the possibility of enhancing cooperation in the development of a COVID-19 vaccine. He said the Kremlin was seeking to hold a bilateral video conference for the purpose, hoping that it can be done next week. In April, Putrajaya announced that Russia was among several countries it had identified for collaboration on the development of a vaccine. Latypov, who spoke to FMT yesterday on the occasion of Russia Day, said scientists in his country were already conducting clinical trials of vaccine samples they had developed and also testing immunoglobulin-based medications. He added that the conference would not be limited to discussions on vaccine development. Malaysia and Russia are apparently also looking forward on collaborating on test kits and medical equipment such as ventilators and personal protection gear. Latifov said Russia was also keen to draw Malaysia's experience in managing the crisis. He also said his side was hoping that the video conference on COVID-19 would be the beginning of a series of a range of bilateral matters, including tourism and the possible establishment of a Russian industrial zone in northern Malaysia. Latifov said Russia regarded Malaysia as a close friend and was appreciative of Putrajaya's balanced and non-biased stand on international issues. Back to you, Alma.
All right. Thank you very much, Ruby, for your updates there. EBC Malaysia Bureau, thank you very much.
Yes, reporting live here in Malaysia. This is Ruby Tinawin. We live in interesting times.
Okay, let's